Hello everybody and welcome back, and in this tutorial we will cover something called lists. Now basically lists is, as it says, it can be used to store, for example, multiple values of a number or a string. So let's say you, for example, wanted to store 3 different numbers into one variable. You would do that using lists. So you would specify all those 3 numbers in a list brackets divided by commas. We already saw an example of creating a list in the previous videos, but right now let's see what we can do with lists and how to create them. So let's open up our Python interpreter. So just type here Python, and right now what you want to do is basically, let's first of all create a string list. So a string list is basically a list containing words. There is not really any special specification for that. You just want to type here string list, or basically name it anything you want. I will just name it string list equals then these kind of brackets, and then what you need to specify here is basically just the strings that you want to put in the list. So let's say we put right here hello, comma, then world, comma, then open apostrophe once again. So what, closed apostrophe, open apostrophe, what is happening? And then we close the brackets. So right now we specified a list. So let's print it out, string list. And you can see the values of our string list, which is hello world, what is happening. So let's see what we can do with lists. For example, you can select each part of the list or each value of the list by specifying its number. So if you, for example, specified string list and then in brackets 1, so just like this, string list, don't make space between these two, you just type here these brackets and then 1, it will print out the second version or the second word in our list, which is world. Now you might be asking, why doesn't print the second word in our list if we specified 1 in the brackets? Well, basically this is counted as the 0 word. It starts counting from 0. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. That's why we got the word world once we specified the 1 in our brackets. If we, for example, specified 0, we would get the hello word in our list. So you can specify that. You can also specify it, for example, 1 and then 2 dots, which will specify all the words from 1 to the end. These 2 dots represent the end of the list. As we can see, we have right now world, what is happening. There is nowhere to see hello, since hello is before 1. If you specified 3 and then 2 dots, it will print out everything from the third word, which in our case is. So it prints out just is happening. You can also do it the other way around, so you can just type first the 2 dots and then after that 3, which will specify or which will print out all the words before the third word. So we will only get hello world, what, and we will not be printing out what is happening after that. So that is another string or list manipulation you can use. This can also be applied for strings. So for example, let's just select a string to be hello, and then if you just type here string 1, you will get the letter E. If you just type here string and then 1 and then until the end, which is with these 2 dots right here, you will get hello right now, since we only specified all the letters after the first one, including the first one. So H as a number 0 letter will not be included in this. You can also do it, as I said, in the reverse way. So let's say until 2, we only get HE. So this can be implied both for strings and both for lists. Now this is important to remember, the syntax for this, since we will be using it also in our backdoor creation. So that is something you should know. But right now let's get back to the list. So let me clear the screen right a little bit. So import OS, system, clear. And right now let us find the command of specification of our string list. So here it is. We specify it once again. And let's see, for example, how we can remove a certain letter from the, or not letter, a certain string from our list. You can do that with using this. So string list, we specify the name of our list, and then dot remove, and then open normal brackets, and then between the double quotes we specify the word that we want to remove. So let's say we want to remove the world, and we press here enter, and if you just type here string list once again, so string list, you will see right now our list doesn't have world in it. We only have hello, what is happening right now. We do not have the world in our list. So that is how you can remove it. And right now, if you specify string list of 1, you will no longer get the world as a word, since right now the first word, which is, since it's counted from 0, is what and not world anymore. So that is another thing you should know. Now, for example, if you want to append something to the list, you can use the .append command and then the name or the string that you want to append to, but be aware that this will only add the word or your string to the end of the list. So if we wanted to add world once again, so string underscore list, which is the name, .append, open brackets, close brackets, and then 2 double quotes, and here we want to add world. We press enter, but right now if we just type here string list once again, you will see that right now it says hello, what is happening world. The world is no longer in the second position in our list, it is at the last position in our list. So .append is used once you want to actually add a string to the end of the list. Now, in order to remove a string from the end of the list, you can use .pop, which basically just pops or removes the last word in the list. So string list .pop, and then open brackets right here. You do not need to specify anything, basically, since it will remove the last string from the list. You just press here enter, and it will pop up the world string. So string list once again, and we no longer have the world string in it. We popped it up with the .pop function. Now, function is also something that we will have to cover, since we will be making our own functions in our program. So that is something that we will do in the next video. Functions are very important, especially once you code bigger programs. They are useful for us to actually navigate better through our code and to actually shorten our code a little bit. Once you use a function, you can only call it with one line, and you do not need to rewrite it 10 times in order to perform the same tasks for something. So that would be about it for the lists in this tutorial. As I said, in the next one we will be covering functions, so I hope I see you there, and take care. Bye.